Hello, welcome back to Just My Man podcast. Welcome back to the Iron Dragon once again.
We are back in the Iron Dragon. Some people probably wondered if we would be back.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Very much like Five, the pop band Five, but we are back.
We are back. We're still continuing to be back as well.
We're keeping on moving, which was a top hit for Five. I know what you're all thinking. Is that the next podcast? No, we can't afford Five.
No.
But we are very, very happy to be back, and there'll be lots of things coming in the new year as well. But for this year,
the remainder of this year,
our final guest of 2025, which you didn't really know you were the final guest.
No, sick. Chuck that on him.
But there you go. We'll check that on you. We'd like to welcome Aled Thomas to the pod.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's. I always get in these situations, don't I, where I find people.
Yes.
People will just kind of come into my line of sight, whether it's in a social setting or on social media, and then I'm like, fucking hell, they're really interesting, and that's what's happened again. And then I just tell you, listen, I've got someone I think they'd be great.
Happy days.
And I can't wait to get into your story. There's a pun there because he's an author.
Oh, nice.
Make that what you will. But I suppose, I can do so many like writing a story related
like
puns.
on to the next chapter now,
on to the next. But let's go back to the prologue. Bam! There's another one.
Wow.
We're now in cooking with gas.
Oh my God.
I can feel it loosening.
You can tell he's at the rest. Look, he's on
God, I
full
can tell
form.
the shandy. Cause off, not Madry. So yeah, let's go back and kind of look at those early years for you and your kind of mental health journey, and you described yourself as kind of always being quite self-aware.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
That there was something not right. That's the wrong term, not right, but that feeling of being different.
Yeah, so I've always felt like my brain operates in a weird way compared to all my friends.
Okay.
Because I was always sat in the back of the classroom thinking of massive stories, or literally just like, what's that squirrel doing running over there? Or my brain would just be going erratic and wild, no matter what was going on.
Okay.
And then I'd be overthinking things into insane details of just anything, to be fair. I'd just be sat on my own in the room like, why is this doing that? It shouldn't be doing that. And I'll be questioning constant every single detail. And it'd be the same in classrooms. A teacher would be saying something, I'd be the annoying kid going, why? Why that? Why this? And then my friends are like, oh, just chat.
So when you've got that that really busy mind,
Yeah.
I suppose the next kind of sensible approach, or the logical question in my mind is, was it tiring as a kid, like as a youngster? Can you ever remember kind of being exhausted at any point, or do you just have this energy to keep going?
No, I was definitely exhausted and I'd be burnt out. And in those burnt out days, I would just be like, I don't want to talk to anyone, I don't want to see anyone. And I'd be just like quite hidden in on myself.
Okay.
That makes sense? Or if I was proper like carnage one day before, the next day I'd have like severe migraines. And then of course I had like health complications and stuff like that. But I definitely have days where I'm like, I am bouncing today, need to do things. I still do it now. And then I have days where I'm done. I'm tired.
You go out like a day where it's like, nah, or like an hour or two a day, or something, and you go, right, okay, it's a quiet time now. I've burnt myself out by overthinking everything.
Doing too much.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like, tired time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think for it to be, that kind of full on and kind of erratic. It's odd, and we've had this conversation many times, haven't we, about this kind of labelling and the diagnoses that come these days. But I suppose being the age you are now, because you're just shy of 30 now.
Yeah.
Pup. He's a pup compared to some of us in the room.
Sorry,
I know. I'm a really hard paper round. I'm only 12. No, I'm 36. But I suppose the thing is you look back and I'd imagine, because it would have still been in that era where you weren't, it wasn't what we would now think, oh well, hyperactive, non-stop, periods of mass overthinking, jumping from this to that to this to that. Those are trademark signs of ADHD 100%. As we know them now.
Yes.
Back then, you're just a busy kid.
Busy kid, wasn't paying attention in school, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But because I wasn't an aggressive ADHD person, they didn't really see any issues with it. Yeah. My parents never got me looked at or anything. Yeah. They didn't need to.
Yeah.
What was your anxiety sort of focused around? Was it pretty much everything, or was
anything? I had a fear of literally most things.
Never.
I had a weird fear one time, just suction.
Oh, okay.
So, do you know, a random suction on your skin?
Yeah.
It would make me go, I can't be in here.
Oh, wow.
I just don't want to be
having
in
to
here.
remove yourself totally from the situation.
From loads of things. From loud noises, like fireworks or anything. But I'd be the weird kid then. I'd pick up, have you ever played Kaplunk?
Yeah.
With the little sticks. I'd pick up all the sticks. I'd throw them in my lounge and go, look, it's a firework. And my dad's like, you're terrified of them. I was like, oh, never mind.
Okay.
But like that...
My anxieties are mainly still a bit social anxiety mainly.
Okay.
So I have to pre-prepare for everything. I'll if you've seen all the notes or whatever, I'll do those notes for most social situations.
Oh, okay.
So...
But then I suppose, and I know it isn't to blow smoke, and Jordan will tell you more than most, I don't blow smoke. I say things how they are. Sometimes I get in trouble for it. But I think that, even if you look at that description of yourself, even just the fact that you came in with two relative strangers, you've been able to converse, you've had a laugh, you've had a chat, I would say that that's progress and an amazing step forward to that feeling of I can't be you, social situations, this and that. With those anxieties, because I'm quite interested in the concept of fear. I find, because I always think fear is it's learnt, isn't it? It's a learnt behaviour. You don't, you aren't born and you fear everything.
No, but you do have innate fears falling or whatever.
Yeah.
People got weird fears about spiders. That's just from birth. Some people.
No,
I don't have that.
Yeah, but I'm always quite interested in that, because I always think, but there would have been a time where you weren't frightened of it because you didn't have a concept of it.
Yeah,
right. So at some point something's happened.
Yeah.
Whether it's been a physical action that's left an imprint.
Yeah. So I'll give an example of that. When I was in nursery, I used to love playing with balloons and stuff. And then something happened when I was a little bit older in nursery, and one of them popped to my face.
Ah, okay.
And because I started crying, they took me out of the room.
Okay,
instead of giving me another balloon, and my brain was like, no, that's bad then. I don't want the association then of a balloon until I was generally 13. It was this is negative, I don't want to be near that. Because at a very young age, your mind is moulded. Sorry, hit the line. Your mind is moulded then to associate this with, that's scary, get away.
Yeah.
But that's with loads of other fears, isn't it?
Yes.
But it's when I was younger, I got bitten on the cheek by a dog.
Yeah.
Do you when you go really close to them when you're a kid? Well, it kind of bit me. So, but then I haven't got a fear of dogs. But then I'm claustrophobic. I don't like small spaces. But I can't remember a time where something happened in a small space and make me.
Were you in a lift with a dog? And the dog bit you in the lift?
No.
And you found the fact you were trapped more straight to them?
No.
Did you ever get stuck in a tunnel?
No, well. But no, it's...
Because you are tall, aren't you?
I am tall, yes.
Well, no, and I know it's sometimes we can find ourselves in awkward situations.
Well, no,
I fell for my nan's neighbour's coal bunker. And I went to pick the dog's ball off the roof of the coal bunker, and I remember the last thing I'm saying was, be careful on that roof. And I was 7, I was like that.
Yeah.
So you think, I was only a kid, surely
Yeah.
it's to support my weight.
Bang.
And as I went to bend, the whole thing just,
Oh, wow.
but I didn't have a
fear of
kind of a fear of the coal industry.
You could have come out like Batman then, couldn't you? Because he went into his little cave.
For a period, I thought I was. I went to do that Bane impression and I couldn't remember the line.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
But I find anxieties and fears and that quite interesting, because I think these days you hear the term, I suffer from anxiety, or I get overwhelmed, and you hear it quite a lot. And then when you speak to a lot of individuals, it's a mix, isn't it? It's a mix sometimes between them being, I can totally see why that would make you uncomfortable, figure out. And then other times you're like, what? You don't like the texture of something? You know what I mean? You know, like the texture, like you know. But then it's how the human brain works, and
It's fascinating.
I find it fascinating.
It is. So then, so early years then, basically busy.
Yeah.
Did you have any aspirations before you when going to like secondary school and stuff? With them sort of anxieties and stuff, did you have any kind of ambitions, or when you were leaving school, or you wanted
before even going to secondary, I always had a dream I was going to be a film director.
Oh, okay.
So I want to make stories and I want to make films. Like I saw this Spielberg was like, he came out with a truck and he made a film. I was like, yes, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, one thing I could control was like, I can make stories now. So I used to get like a video camera, like pop the little cassette thing in it, get my friends around, and I'd make them do Star Wars films with me in my garden, and I'd take the little tapes in then to put them on the TV.
Wow, that's not.
So
he should meet Mark Collins. Our friend Mark Collins, he's 67, but he's still got a lifetime ambition of being Darth Vader. He dresses up as him sometimes for Halloween and other social events. But yeah, no, like I find that fantastic. Then, because you've got such a creative mind, and I suppose then for you, it's when this is under mile an hour, you need to get it out somehow. And if you can be creative and get feelings and thoughts and ideas and stories on paper, because they're all coming from somewhere.
Yes, definitely.
And sometimes you don't know where they're coming from, but it is a gift, But it is a gift. Cheese, don't eat cheese after 8 o'clock.
That's why I got this one.
But I think it's such a jump then for you to end up going where you went next.
Yeah. No, it's strange. My journey is weird. So I was in, what was it? So I wanted to be a director from then. So I went to school, and I was in all the drama clubs and everything. So like, this is how we do it. And then I got to year 9, and then I started picking up the old egg ball, ran around my friends, and then they started making like a comment here or two there. And I was like, I'm not going to pick drama. Moving forward, I'm going to go down sport, because that's where I'm not going to get judged. Does that make sense? So then I got like distinction stars and everything in all my sports, like coursework in GCSEs and stuff, because I could focus on that, because I knew I could control that, because I could control my body in a good way, strength and speed wise. So, it was weird. And then I went into the Navy then, which was a family like career, because my granddad was in the Navy when they were conscripted.
Okay.
And I was like, it'd be awesome to be able to be on boats and stuff. And then I got in there when I left school at 16, just after GCSEs, because I was like, I'm done with school now. The structure of it just did not work with me. So I got into the Navy at 16, and I joined in the September, so I was just turned 17. I did 8 weeks of training, and then I slipped a disc when I was in training. And then when I was after I slipped my disc, I was put into a Stonehouse unit. It's where you go to get rehab. I was put there for 2 months, and I wasn't able to go home to my family or anything, because of my contract. You have to stay for this period until expired to go home. But as a 17-year-old boy, that proper played on my brains, and all my anxieties are going right through the roof then. It's like, I'm never getting out of here.
Well, yeah, because it's turned, doesn't it? It's turned from oh, you know, I'm doing this, and you know, there's as you said, there's a kind of a family link, and all, you know, this will, you know, I'll see parts of the world, and it'll be great, and I suppose in some ways as well, it's very it's quite thing in forming an identity. And it's a very, you know, it's very much an identity to be in the armed forces. You know, it gives you this discipline and purpose and all the, you know, and you're doing it for a greater, you know, so there's all these things that come along with, you know, with serving your country, in whatever branch of the armed forces, might I add. But then it went from being this really kind of, this is going to be maybe the start of this amazing thing, to then being, I'm trapped in somewhere that I thought was going to be the start of something great, and now I'm essentially stuck here, and I'm stuck with my own worst enemy, which is this bad boy.
Yeah. So I think then, obviously, well, I'm guessing that your brain sort of went then, right, okay, I'm stuck in here. What can I sort of do to make myself sane?
Yes.
And I suppose your creative side then kind of came out again.
Yeah.
And you started, you started writing. And
I started writing, yeah. So what I would do, you can get like care packages from your family. So I tell my mum, all I want is a notepad. That's all I wanted. Notepad and some nice pens. My handwriting's awful, so it was just my writing. No one else could read it, just mine. My secret book. So I got given like 4 pads of books, and I wrote an entire like film script in one book. Wow. It was and then I photocopied and scanned it, and then I put it into a computer when I did finally PVR, and it was like 25,000 words, 30,000 words.
Blinking heck.
And that was just my brain going, this is a story I need to tell of my own brain to explain what is going on here.
Blinking heck. And people...
It has nothing to do with the name of the story, by the way.
Have you ever kind of approached individuals and said, you know, I've got a script, and I think would you give it a look? Or in your head, is that too Hollywood? Because that's what they do in Hollywood. They just turn up with scripts.
I would love to have made it a film, but I think it was a bit crap. I did try to approach some people, but they were like, oh, it's not made it successful this time. So I went to the BBC and everything to work with it.
Oh, well, at least you tried.
I tried.
Yeah.
But it was raw.
We got some contacts. we got some contacts. Even if they give you some things, who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
But I think, you know, that period as well, as you said, you know, you're kind of having a serious back injury, you know, you're 17, you're away from home, you're effectively isolated, and it's not uncommon, you know, it's well known that people within the armed forces and within those situations of being isolated, it gets dark. And obviously you had made several attempts to take your own life. Yeah. So at that point,
that's when I got home.
How can you kind of put it into words, if you can, kind of that mindset you were in that headspace you were in at that time that was leading you to think, right,
those thoughts. So when I did eventually PVR, so voluntarily release myself from the Navy, I got home and I couldn't get into college because it was past all the cut-off dates. I couldn't get into employment because I was literally just 17 with nothing behind my back, bar being in the Navy, and my brain was just sat in a bedroom on its own in silence. Just only thing I had with me was literally a computer to write words on. And when I wasn't writing from 1 a.m. because I only had like 2 hours sleep, I was thinking about what are you going to do now, and I couldn't find a way to get back on track. As a 17-year-old boy, I just thought, this is it then, isn't it? I'm just going to what's the point? And what the point was just led me down dark thoughts. Like, that's when you started planning things. And when you start to plan things is when it is genuine serious. It wasn't cries for help or anything, because I never told my parents or anything like that. It was just like, I'm just going to do it. Yeah. And then it got to a point when I found out one of my best friends from growing up, he committed suicide, and then it wasn't until the finality of his mortality had gone that my brain was like, oh shit, no, that's real. I can't put my family through that because I've seen what it's done to his family.
Yeah, well, yeah. Then.
And
Well, yeah, and we speak about it, isn't it? It's an epidemic.
Yeah.
It's not unlike a disease in many ways. That's how it permeates through communities and people, and I think living where we live, South Wales valleys and kind of former industrial towns who have been ravaged by the stripping of industry and the not that much being put in after it to support and to socially deprived communities and all the rest of it. Yes, it's not uncommon, really.
I'm kind of intrigued. No, intrigued. I am. Because you've got such a creative mind, and when you're sort of saying that you were planning this, if you don't mind me asking, what was your sort of plan? Because the previous guest of ours, Paul, he kind of told us about his sort of plan.
But he was saved by the Gruffalo.
The Gruffalo story.
He was saved by the Gruffalo story.
That's my son's favourite story.
Well,
He has a Gruffalo hat.
and that was the link.
That was
because he was going to do it in the forestry of the Gruffalo trail, wasn't he?
Either that, I think, it was that.
And when he went up and he saw the statue of the Gruffalo that they got at the Gruffalo trail, and he thought he said, I can't do it.
Yeah. So what was your sort of, if you don't want, if you do not, you don't have to answer it, or you can answer it and cut it out. It's up to you.
No. So one of the plans was I knew that I'd be alone because my parents work a lot. So just when they got to work one day, I knew where all the painkillers and all that were.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just when I'm going to bite, I'm just going to just take them all and just go in the bathroom, sit in the bath. That's where you wait.
Oh, okay.
That was my brain was like, that's how you do it. That's how easy it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I had like a note ready on the computer to like print off and everything.
Yeah. Oh, I got to that stage.
At one point.
Okay.
And then,
Okay.
So I don't really want to go too far into that.
No. That's fine. That's fine.
No. In fact, and like, thank you for sharing. To be honest,
definitely.
And I'm sure that if it makes the edit, and again, that's down to you. It's something that I think people sometimes. It is still a taboo. We lost a friend. That way, I've lost friends, Jordan. And same as you, like you said, you deal with that finality. Because I always think of individuals on like the viaduct. Choose the viaduct as their method, I suppose. And I always think to myself, when your feet have left that stone, you can't think, I don't know.
Look, I want to do it.
What I mean? It's very final.
But what I like to think is if you are talking about it and you showing that you can talk about it comfortable on camera, there's somebody out there hopefully that's listening or watching can relate to that, and then your thought process completely changed afterwards when you thought of your mate who done it and the impact that left on his family and his friends, and then stopping in your tracks because of that thought can make it's a life or death decision, you know. And like I said, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And if it does help someone, then job done, you know. But no, thank you. And I just wanted to get out of the way, basically.
But yeah, so you have these moments of kind of darkness and kind of right, this is what it's going to be. You pull yourself back from the brink, which in itself is an achievement. Not everybody manages that. So credit to you.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I mean that because not everybody manages it.
No.
And that's not a reflection on them by any stretch.
No,
it's just sometimes that it's just too much.
Yeah.
And then you start to kind of look at, right, how do I rebuild?
Yeah.
And you mentioned kind of you get to go back and play rugby again.
Yeah.
Which is quite an effort anyway. After a back injury, to then go back and play a full contact sport is I think it's great.
Yeah.
And you then kind of make that full turn to right. Well, I've got this creative mind. I like to write stuff down.
Yeah.
I like creating stuff in the written form. So you kind of go down that route. But in between all this, you mentioned that Alan Watts, the philosopher. So kind of what, I'd be on. I wasn't kind of aware of Alan Watts, but how big an impact did he have on you?
Oh, it's massive. He teaches like a load of Chinese and like all these Buddhist theories.
Okay.
Basically of who you are and how your position is within the world, and for a very young developing mind, learning everything after the aftermath of some of the most horrific shit you can think of, to be fair, it helped to form everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Basically, it doesn't matter what you're going to go through, you are all part of the same journey. Your journey may be different to her journey may be different to yours, but you're all on the same tracks. You're still going forward. The quicker you get off it, the more you're going to miss out.
Yeah.
He's got like hundreds of hours and books and everything that have impacted me, to be honest.
So, Alan did the job. And then you come up with this.
I came up with that.
Which is the immortal memory.
That is the first one.
Which is, I always find, it's cool. I always think someone, because it's yours, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's tangible.
It's tangible. You've made it. It's come from your mind, and it's yours, and people can go and buy it and read it and all the rest of it. And you were telling me just before we started that it was a book written during two very different periods.
Yes.
So the first half you said, and I love this, if you can get a photo, which I think is...
It's my little boy.
It's his little boy.
Well, he's not little anymore, but he's little then.
Look at that.
See? And it's proof that he doesn't wear a right sock.
He doesn't wear a right sock. He still does now. But, he's 7. but how I suppose did Immortal Memory, just very quickly, I suppose you said about those two very different moments in time that you were writing, and I find it very interesting. So the first half was written when I was about 18, 19, and it's all about mortality and like what mortality means to being human. And so I go into a lot of like, what does mortality mean for like different religions? What does it mean for yourself? What would it mean for a load of other factors, like why do we have to have a mortal life? Yeah. This is a weird exploration of my brain of what I was thinking at that time. And then in the end, I started writing it when I was about 21, when I found out I was having my first son and my partner. So it starts going into the memories of what you leave behind, what impression you leave will far outlive anything you'll ever do in your time now. That's why it's called the immortal memory. It's the memory that will be immortalized within other people.
Oh, okay.
So because I was saying, because I and if you ask my wife, she'd say the same. She'll go, you're obsessed with time, and I am. I've got a real obsession over time, and I'm kind of a slave to it, as we all are.
Yes.
But the idea of that you have a finite amount of time, and that
I mentioned that in the book.
Of
how like time is the biggest, is the worst invention of man.
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
Because you put a timestamp on, like, you live 60 years old. I'll only live that long. Yeah. Oh shit, I've only got like 30 left.
Yeah. Well, and it's, in my opinion, it's the most precious commodity that there is, because you can't buy enough of it.
No.
At this point in technology, you're looking at a couple of years, and who knows? But
sponsors are available.
But I've always been kind of interested by the notion of like you need to make your time you worth something. It can't just be that you were just a speck in the grand. Where some people are very happy. Whereas I've always thought like that. There has to be surely there's purpose, and there has to be a purpose. So this would probably be right up my street. Because I'm all about. I'm obsessed by it.
Are you a bit of an odd tangent question? Are you scared of death?
No,
you're not.
I'm not. which I know you
I am now.
you are
Yeah.
now.
I am fully terrified of it.
I am. My perception has changed slightly. It's very difficult to kind of put to explain really. As you know, my mother has nursed
Yeah.
for the better part of 45 years, and I was brought up not around deaf, but I was brought up understanding quite adult themes from a young age, and it was always presented to me as, yes, it's sad, yes, we grieve, yes, there's obviously reason to be upset, but it is an inevitable.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you are frightened of something that will happen whether you want it to or not, there where you can try and stay away from it, but eventually. And I used to say that line, didn't I? Because I always remember, and as a kid I didn't understand it. I had used to have a magazine when I was a kid called Games Master.
Nice.
And I'd buy all the monthly issues, and there was a it wasn't Call of Duty, because it was way before the Call of Duty games, but it was a shoot 'em up, and I thought that the poster was cool because it had the army guy and all of that.
Yeah.
And I used to have it on my wall, but I found later that it wasn't just the army guy. There was text next to it, and the text just says, "Run and you'll just die tired." And I remember it being quite a thing about deaf, because what you can run as much as you want for it, but the same outcome will happen.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not fearful of it, because it is going to, and I always think, well, if I live in fear, then I will I'll shut down. I won't do anything, because I'll be perpetually thinking, is my time now?
Yes.
I think having a marriage changes that, or relationship.
Yeah.
I think having a child most definitely reframes things, because you fear not so much, for me personally, it's not so much of my death, but what about him? How will he be?
Yes, you feel missing them out.
He'll be fine. The same as generations before, families have been fine. But it's that, it's that parental thing of, you want to protect, I want to be there, I'll miss out on this. But of course you're going to miss out on your 5th great grandchild's wedding, because and that type of thing. But for me, it's, I don't know, it is odd. I don't strictly fear it. In the strictest sense. No, for me. Do you?
I do. I am petrified.
And I think you've had such a unique.
But only because, so 2020, I think, is the time where I realised that, because when Olivia was born, you're like, right, okay, but then when she gets to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I know 7 years is a long time.
Yeah.
But them 7 years are gone. They go into a different sort of childhood then, and it's like, oh, but I like that. I like the funny story, the funny conversations. That's gone. Once that point is gone, it's gone. Yeah. And it's like there's no going back, and it's just, and then the fear of death, then going, all right, okay, I'm not going to be you. You know, what happens?
Yeah.
And then in 2021, my wife pretty much died, come back to life, but then that made everything 10 times fucking worse. Yeah. Because it was like, okay, that just happened. She died, and obviously, luckily, thankfully, come back to life. But yeah, I'm petrified. I am absolutely petrified. And like I said in the last episode, I am bubble wrapping her, Olivia. And I'm thinking, right, okay, careful you don't run, trip over, fall off the bed when you're jumping on the bed, doing this, doing that. Yeah. And I just fucking hate it. It terrifies me.
A question, a wider question then. Do you believe in the idea of fate?
No.
No? Do you believe in the idea the idea that from the day you're born, every single step is mapped out, and that you do have a death
I don't know then, because
you have a death date already, because that's the way the timey-wimey stuff happens, isn't it? That you travel through your life and things happen.
Yeah.
And that's not in my opinion, from fate. It's from just where your personal circumstances are and what happens to you along the way, and it's how you decide intrinsically then, this is how I'm going to react to it. This is why I should do this.
For example, say now that I walked outside here and I got hit by a bus and killed.
Nice.
Would that just be my death, or would it be fate?
Well, that would just be a tragic accident, wouldn't it?
Why though? Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Does everything have to have a why though?
I always say why, don't I? Because I think why is the single most important thing that can ever be gained. Because when you have a why, you have an understanding.
Yes.
The what, the when, the where, the who. That's great. But when you understand why something is the way it is,
yes, but the why you got hit by a bus maybe because you weren't looking the right way, not because fate deemed it so.
But that's what I mean.
That's where my brain would do that.
But this is what we're here for. This is what we're here for. But yeah, like I hope I don't get hit by a bus.
No.
Because like
for a bit.
Yeah, and I'm quite material in the way that because I literally this is how it's awful because I'm thinking to myself because I've spent money on things that I want to enjoy before I get hit by a bus. Like I'm gonna go and see Metallica for like the 12th time next year, right?
This month.
I've seen him a lot, but I'm like I would be fuming if I died before that. And I do you know like when like there's like the threat of like nuclear war? Everyone else, oh my god, you know, a family, and I'm thinking, but I got that gig next month. Yeah, I got something on.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Did they know?
Yeah, but the night of Leah having a cardiac arrest, the day after, we were going to see Joel Dommett in Cardiff.
I like Joel Dommett.
But I said, I literally brought it up. I said, because he's on tour again, but he's not coming to Cardiff. I'm like, he's not coming this year. Like, and then she's like, right. I said, we were going to see him, weren't we? When?
And you spoiled that.
The night you died.
Stopped us doing that. Yeah, the night you died.
Come on.
But anyway.
So this was very much an appetizer, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yes.
For a very, very meaty main course, which is over there.
They are.
Which is
they are a bit chunkier than that. Yeah.
Which is your now completed trilogy.
It is my now complete trilogy.
The Crossroads of Dawn trilogy. So I suppose you've kind of used a lot of your own lived experience, your own kind of healing journey, and your well-being and your mental health stuff. If you were going to have an elevator pitch to sell this trilogy to someone listening or watching rather than you,
do you want to do book by book or the whole trilogy overall?
The whole trilogy, as it were. Kind of a snapshot of kind of what Crossroads at Dawn as a trilogy kind of encompasses.
So Crossroads at Dawn is a story about a group of flatmates originally, and they all grow up together. In the first one, our main character, he finds a puppy on a lovely night out, along with a kebab.
Oh God, it's like my story.
It's fantastic. He's got to try and find where's this puppy from. So all his friends in the flat try and find out where his puppy's from, and then they raise it until they get old and they all start moving on. They all get married, and in the end, our main character is left on his own in the flat, on his own, and is how he's navigating life now, on his own with the flat. But he's got a dog. Everything's rosy with a dog. And then the next one, then, 17 Horizons, is of his love interest, his best friend, and she moves away to a different country, and it's about how she deals with the anxieties of moving away and the expectations of I need to do really well in this job now because I've left all them behind. I need to prove my point now as I grow older into adolescence. And then can't spoil too much, to be fair, with the last one.
No, either. Which has literally just come out.
Literally just come out last week.
So it is hot off the press.
It is fresh.
I obviously no spoilers at all, but you talked about Marley and me.
Yes.
I'd hate to think that you're going to kill the dog off, because that would, quite frankly, be very hypocritical. I know it's going to
throw inspiration from somewhere. Let's just say that.
No, I can't see it. Even if there's like an advert.
But he had a good late life.
I know, but
Marley,
like I say all the time that when it's Millie's time, I want to go the same.
Oh my God.
Or I want it kept preserved, and then we'll go together. And Abby says, "Well, what about me? What about the baby?" I said, "Yeah, but you your own stuff to do.
So a taxidermy dog, and then you go and get buried with this dog.
No.
Put a dog on ice.
I get taxidermy as well.
Oh my God! Can you
But he can
imagine
survive
that?
forever.
And you will be like a statue in
Nice.
Penarron Park.
Yeah,
as
me
you
and
go
the
up,
dog.
As you go up the hill.
Yeah, you just
You're on
see
that.
this, and you go, God, that's lifelike. It is. It's rot, isn't it?
It's like
slim.
it's like the Howard Winstone
He's
thing in
melted
town.
over
It's
there.
like
Yeah.
it's just going to be like that.
So I suppose then, like that. Yeah. How does it feel? I suppose straight off the bat, how does it feel for you to kind of come through all this and then have a trilogy of books and obviously the Immortal Memory as well, but to have your kind of your trilogy realised?
Yeah, it's strange. I know if I told my 9-year-old self, you'll have 3 books out, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wouldn't tell much about, but
Yeah.
they would
It's
think
validating.
really cool.
It's
It's
very
validating
validating.
for myself more than from other people.
Yeah.
It's very cool to say I've got a trilogy,
Yeah.
but then to myself it's like I did that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I came from a very, very dark place. I overcame my own mind in a very strange way to me, anyway, and created 3 novels, 3 unique stories as well.
And that's kind of your therapy then.
Yes, 100%.
Basically. People find music, people do sport, but yours is storytelling and writing, which is amazing. And we've had poets, haven't we, on
Yes, we have.
and we've had musicians, and just sporting people.
We've had a smorgasbord
We have, to be fair.
of guests from all different walks.
And it's great to see that out of a therapy to calm your mind becomes something such enjoyable to listen to read, to watch, and I think it's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
But also, because I've literally just caught this out of the corner of my eye, is that trilogy was written within 1 year.
Yes.
Wow.
Which is like James Patterson / Stephen King type speed.
It's psychopathic.
Yeah. It's Stephen King, it's like Stephen King was at one point just churning out books.
Well, yeah.
He was,
And they're not just any, it's like, hit and carry, and it's just hit after hit, and
Yeah,
you think,
yeah.
Jesus wept. Like, I don't know if he did have ChatGPT, it was the 70s, but probably not. But, like, that's incredible. And I say about validation because it's such a testament, because that little hyperactive kid is now a fully, is a real life author. So you're doing what you just enjoy doing.
Yes.
And now you're doing it, and it's I think it's great. What do the family think of having an author in the family?
Oh, they still call me all sorts of words, you know. They don't really care. They're indifferent, to be fair. My dad really loves them. He takes one book home every time I read them. I'm like, hey, here's another one.
Nice.
That's why he's writing them so quick in a year.
It's like, my dad's got to read them now. But no, he always gives me feedback saying, that chapter then cheered me up no end, Al. I'm like, wait till the ending.
I thought it was great he didn't kill that dog off. I got 2 chapters left.
You did say, don't, you didn't kill a dog. I was like, no, he's fine. He's a good boy, that Dave.
So, I'm drawn particularly because obviously you outside of your writing, you support in the world of teaching yourself.
Yeah.
With autistic children.
Yes.
Which must be both very challenging and yet very rewarding at the same time.
It is, yeah.
But you're no stranger to challenging
No.
workplaces, because obviously in COVID you went in and worked in a residential care home during COVID, which...
Yeah, I remember being on a night shift when Boris put his little thing, we were all in lockdown. I was like, so I'm never going home. Fantastic.
Make room in the bed.
Yeah. I was moving the resident over. Right, that's my side now.
Poor Betty being shoved out of the bed. But yeah, and like and we've had a few people and who've done all sorts during that COVID period.
Yeah.
But kind of, what was that like? Because that's a very, like, that's a spotlight environment.
100%. It was a freak of time, really, wasn't it, for humanity in general, not just...
Yeah. I find myself talking about COVID quite a bit.
Yeah, well,
to be honest. I don't know if it's like...
No, because it was a turning point in what we see our world as now, isn't it? Because we're all happy Larry in 2018, 19, and then that hit, and then we all had to learn how to engage with people in a different way. And then once COVID ended, we all had to, like, how do we talk to you? Can I play rugby with you? Can I play a game with you? What can we do?
Yeah, but it's mad, because I always think that there's a bit of, like, selective memory. Because it's almost like people forget that we were queuing outside Aldi's.
Yeah.
2 meters, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It feels like
all
there
the
was
masks on everyone
this
as well.
huge, like, this seismic shift in behaviour and culture, and then we just press rewind.
Yes.
On a great majority of it.
Do you find it still weird that somebody goes right up your ass when you're queuing in the queue? In now, as in like,
yes,
you're like, whoa.
I see that. No. And I'll tell you for why, because I was probably that person.
Ah, right. Okay. Impatient.
No, it wasn't. But for example, I was, and again, whether I blame my mother for it or not, but I had a very different perspective, because she was working 12, 13, 14 hours on COVID wards.
Yes.
The same as you were in those care homes.
Yeah.
And I was seeing and hearing lots of different things, because obviously social media, you had people who were, I viewed A&Es like this. Have you been up there? No. So you don't know.
Chinese whispers.
Yeah.
And I'm not for 1 second saying that it wasn't, because obviously it was devastating, and so many people lost their lives, and we could get into the fact that they probably needlessly lost lives because of governments and all the rest of it, and the way that was handled. That's for a different podcast. But I would say that I was quite kind of, I was very frustrated. I think I was very frustrated. I spent a lot of COVID in frustration.
But different
I think we all did in our own ways.
But due to the human race.
Oh, well, yes.
Because, for example, I went for a walk on the Taff Trail. So I'm outdoors, I'm in the Taff Trail.
Nice.
And I'm walking literally past someone. So I'm less than a second past. And a married couple who were in their 40s, 50s pretty much dived into a bush. And I couldn't help myself. I said, is there something wrong with you? Because I'm just like...
How bad do you smell, isn't it?
Well, because at that point you're like... and the fact that we all sat there and we were supposed to believe what we saw on the telly. Because I remember the BBC Wales did a feature, and it was, these grandparents have just seen their grandson for the first time, and they were like waving outside the, and you think as soon as that camera crew goes, they're all going in.
They're all gonna have a cut and a cup.
No one saying, hey, let me. We had people around. We had people around. We weren't having parties. We weren't having mass gatherings. But I did 8 weeks. I did 8 weeks, and I followed the rule to the letter. To the letter.
To the law.
And then this became a problem. It was like, I need human interaction.
Yes.
My fiance at the time, my wife now, because our engagement party was the night that Boris would put us into lockdown. So we never actually got an engagement party. So the Labour Club still owe me £20 holding fee. But at the same time, I needed connection. And I was like, right, well, I'll go for a walk on the Taff Trail. And if I just so happened to bump into my mother and father, who just so happened to be out walking at the same time, what the hell? But I struggled.
That's a coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I struggled, and some people can refer to it as selfish or whatever it may be. But I think it was the inherent need for connection.
Yes.
And selfishly, my mental health took a nosedive in those early, because if I don't want to see people, I want that to be my choice.
Yeah.
I don't want to be told I
That's
can't
fair.
see people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I struggle with.
Well, yeah. Well,
Most.
like everybody
But,
else.
um,
Yeah,
Well,
exactly. Yeah.
Well, humans in nature are just, we're all
yeah,
social
yeah.
creatures, aren't we?
Yeah.
We
But-
need that interaction with other people,
Yeah.
not just the ones in our house.
Yeah, exactly. But then you mentioned that you kind of have this which says another crisis on
Yes.
that.
Yeah, it does.
You know, we love labelling, but you know, you have a near suicide moment.
Yes.
But again, then you kind of have this inner voice that
Yeah.
pulls you back.
Yeah. So, because of COVID was so intense for so many of us, including my own brain, my brain was at a house party I shouldn't have been at. To be fair, way too many drinks, and then I started, I'm going to walk home. It was like a 5-hour walk.
Oh, wow.
To be honest, it was from like the top of the Ronda all the way down to Quakesyard.
Oh, bloody
So quite
hell.
a trek.
That is a quite
Well,
a trek.
I was like, I need to get out of this party. I'm done. My brain was like,
Yeah.
I have gone over the top. This is wild. And then in Ponty, there's obviously a massive bridge, and there's a lovely river under it.
Yes,
it is.
And I can remember vividly, despite how drunk I was, looking into it and going, "It's time. Let's go." And then, like I heard like a horn or a taxi come past, and I was like,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
no.
that's
Yeah.
a second. And that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. Like I said, 'cause you have that finality. 'Cause when you got over it,
"No."
And
But
it's
that's when I realised maybe I'm not as fixed as I thought I was.
yeah.
right. Okay.
So that drove into like my second coming as a child.
Okay.
Yeah, well, hey,
You know what I mean?
if it did the job, it did the job. You then end up, you do a bit of work as well for mental health charity, who I believe had a base in Tredegar House.
I did.
Because
I still do.
Because I worked for Growing Space, and I worked
Did you?
with Growing Space for
That's
a period
sick.
of 3.5 years.
When did you work there? Need to know.
I worked for them in 2013 to 2015 and 16. So I worked for Growing Space and then Learn and Grow, which was an offset, which was a community interest company off the back of it, and then Learn About Wales, which was another thing. But I used to work for the job centre contracts, and we would use it as a project for volunteering and getting people back into meaningful skills and work. So yeah, I know Growing Space really well.
I did that. See. I worked with like the job centre quite a lot to get like LD and like mental health people into employment. So it's really weird.
Yeah, but you do that, then and obviously it's great mental health charity. It supports really vulnerable people, doing great work, a lot of outdoor work, a lot of manual work as well, which is cool. But I suppose as well that during that time, you can't help but reflect, I suppose, as you're helping these people on the power of kind of what it means to be in these charities, and we've got associations with different charities and different things, and it is really, because I think you have a preconceived notion of what a charity is. Yeah. And then when you're on the ground with them and you're seeing the efforts and the work, it can touch a nerve.
Especially when you can see the actual impact working with them and seeing the benefits of it. Like I worked with my ambassadors, so I took them all around all the sites. I think we had 10 sites when I was in there. So all around South Wales, I'd take them there and I'd get them to talk about how their experiences were trying to find work, and their stories and trying to find a purpose in life really like made me go, yeah, this is why I'm actually here to help you.
Well, yeah,
you're actually helping me more than I could ever help you.
Well, yeah, and the shame of it is that a lot of those referrals in, especially job centre referrals in, were individuals who were kind of at the end of a tether, or they had been cast aside because you've worked in a factory for 25 years, you aren't really literate, you can't use a computer, you can't do this. It was almost like the same issues when the mines shut, where you had kind of skilled work, manual labourers being cast out of their day-to-day jobs, and then they haven't got anything. So the job centre can't help them, they don't really know what to do with them. I've heard that there's a gardening project. It was always the gardening project.
That's what it, that's what started out.
It's this gardening thing.
Yeah.
And as long as someone was within 90 minutes on public transport, then we'll send them there. But obviously, as you said, they did some really great work.
Yeah.
And really important as well for the people who went there, because it was a lifeline. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything purposely beforehand. I saw it like 2 weeks ago and said it, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, small world.
It's so cool.
So, George.
Yes. Hello. Yeah.
Do you want to say anything?
Well.
I'm seeing, because all the chapters are finished. I'm seeing how he's going to navigate, how he's going to get onto the next bit.
Yeah. Well, just basically.
Just going to talk shit, he says. Works for me.
So your current job then is.
Yes. So I'm a senior TA in a autistic school down in Cardiff.
Okay.
So I'm just helping with a teacher, to be fair.
Yeah.
Helping run these children who are very emotionally incapable of exploring the world in a neurotypical way. That is highly challenging, but it's very rewarding in seeing them accomplish just what some people may say like is a small task, but for them and for us working with them, it's like, that is awesome that you were able to write your own name.
Yeah.
It's the way that they have small goals, but they genuinely perceive it in such greatness within that. And how their families are interacting with it, it's just lush.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think there's a I think there's a beauty to that, though, isn't there?
Oh, God,
100%.
I think there is. That's 100%. There's a beauty to
Definitely.
The
that.
satisfaction of it comes more than what people are in there for as well. So, say supply workers are like, I need to work this many hours to get paid. It's like, no, I'm there because I want to see him progress. I want to see him. That's what gives me more satisfaction.
Yeah.
I don't care what the paid for.
Yeah, exactly. and does it help that the fact that you know what a busy mind as a child feels like,
100%,
and you can put your sort of learnings from your 29 years on planet Earth
Thank you.
to them then.
So you can like impact what I've learned, all my little intricacies, all my little silly things I do. I go, I can see that. I can see why he's doing that. Why he's picking up that pencil, doing that, and throwing it at me. But I can see why he's doing things, and it's nice to process that and have a talk with other like-minded individuals in the classroom and the staff team and say, how do we improve this? How do we get rid of negative behaviours and implement more positive mindsets into these children who are going to struggle through life as they get older?
And it's like one of the teachers who could come in and go, Joe, in my classroom, he just went into the complaint box, picked up the sticks and just threw them. He thinks it's a fireworks.
He does.
So
he does think it's fireworks.
And they're like, right, okay.
There's always as they say when we say in work, every behaviour is a way of communicating. So there's always a reason why.
Yeah.
Say somebody's punching you, it's because he wants that. He wants that over there. He
just wants that.
The reasons for things are because
it's just that the neurological pathways aren't set up as a regular.
Yes.
Individual would, as it were. But do you kind of touched on it slightly, but when you're around these children, like, are you seeing the next Aled Thomas?
Oh,
in
no.
anyone? Like,
sadly not.
Do you see anything and think,
I see traits,
that's really it, because I see me in that child.
Well, I've worked with like autistic adults and children. So when I was in the residential, they were autistic, all of them were. So now I can see from the start, from when they're in nursery all the way up, that I can see in my brain the little triggers that they have. It's like, I have bits of that. I have bits of that. I'm not going to give myself a label of X, Y, or Z from that. But I can see that there's traits of this and that in everyone.
Absolutely.
And I go like, why does my dad do this and that? It's like, he's probably got this going on in his head doing that. And it explains it more, because when you're on the ground working with autistic individuals or anyone really on the spectrum at all, you can see their little intricacies are amplified tenfold, and their social side it doesn't matter. They don't care. They are very self-centered, and that's fine. That's their universe. Their universe is them, and that's fine.
But I think as well, just to very, very quickly rewind and to give you your flowers where they're earned as well, because we spoke about the challenge of working in a residential care home. and then the challenge of working in a residential care home during COVID.
Yeah.
But then when you consider the category of patient,
Yeah.
that's even
It was intense.
that's even tougher.
Yeah.
You're thinking you're in this already high risk
Yeah.
kind of job.
Yeah.
At a really bizarre time in
Yeah.
our human history.
100%.
You know, because you know, like you look, like I remember reading about the Spanish flu, and it happened like 100 years.
Yeah.
before, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just like, it lasted like 10 years, and I was like, I can't do this for 10 years. I can't be told how many rolls of toilet paper I can buy. This, you know, but like I think the fact that you were in that environment with those people, supporting them even when you yourself was, I think that's something you should be very proud of.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah,
but so obviously, you one of your bucket list or things you wanted to do is become a best-selling author.
Oh.
What is next for Ali Thomas?
Well, I've currently got a manuscript in the works.
Oh,
I know. No one's going to read it until it's been published.
That's fine.
But I'm currently like feelers out to agents and stuff. That's my next goal for next year, is to get like an actual literary agent. Big
Nice.
word. Mouth doesn't usually say that one. I want to get an agent so I can actually get traditionally published, because these are all self-published. They're all fantastic, but I've learned so much from writing them that I want to put into like traditional route. And I want to say to my kids, I'm now traditionally published.
Yeah.
And that's my ultimate goal now, is I want to be a full-time author via that way.
And
And that's my goals.
we may have someone that can help in that as well.
Well, yes,
be
that's
honest.
true. Hopefully,
Someone
fingers crossed.
yes,
Fingers
who would
crossed.
be very, very interested.
Right, to wrap it up then, we always ask kind of messages to your younger self then. So we normally ask the other guests, what would you say to your younger self? You've touched on a few earlier on, but what sort of, you've with this bullet pointed one, a couple here, so like keep dreaming, you're not alone, etc.
Yeah.
Anything like you want, or like you think could help somebody who's watching today, listening, that could help them tell.
Ultimately, I think it's worth being here. That's what my
Can't see it fairer than that.
No.
that's what my mantra of all my books is just, we're still here, and it's more important to be here than not. As you said about your theory of death, you said that it's not that you don't care because you'll be gone, you're not going to miss anything, but the people around you will miss you. And ultimately, I want to tell my younger self that keep going, because there are people who will find you, and you will find these people in your life, and you will grow, and you will create mad things that you'll never believe.
And I for 1 second don't think that you won't be missed, and the impact isn't a thing. And for me it isn't. I don't, because it's up for me. I don't fear my mortality. I do fear, like he'll be devastated. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. But
no, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the pod, and thank you for coming on, opening up, and telling your story. Where can people find you?
All on Amazon. Crossroads at Dawn, it pops straight up.
Right.
you know what I'm going to do?
Oh.
You carry on.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
All my books are on there. I'm also on TikTok as Ali Thomas Writes, as well as Instagram as just Ali Thomas. You can find all my random journeys and very strange videos on TikTok.
There we are. We will pop a link into in the description of the episode, and people hopefully can find your books, and get you on the road to being that best-selling author.
We will
crossed.
get there.
We hopefully will. Oh, here we go. Right, so a new segment we've started.
Listen, this is really, because I'm using
That.
we were talking. I'm now a big AI fan. Like I have seen Terminator, so I do know how this ends for all of us. It's not great. And I for one, I'm not fit enough to outrun fast Robert Patrick.
Never will do more.
But yeah, we do a word association.
We do. And I'm going to put a jingle on. If I don't, then this is going to look funny.
So So it's the first thing, as you know, that pops into your head.
First word.
First word, first phrase.
All right.
Anything like that. Oh, you went Welsh then. Jesus.
You Welsh.
Sorry, I guess it creeps in sometimes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I try to be posher.
But these have all come from this. So I pulled that and I said create a 10-word word association.
Well, it is the end of the season.
The year.
It is the
The year. It is the season. It is the end of the year. So we'll go out with an AI bang, I suppose.
So these are your 10 words.
Oh no, here we go. All right, here we settle in, hunker in.
Childhood.
Strange.
Navy.
Wet.
Shouldn't have allowed that. Stonehouse.
Alone.
Writing.
Therapy.
Chaos.
Happiness.
Alan Watts.
Legend.
Crossroads.
At dawn.
Oh, nice. Hey! Bam. That's called marketing, kids. Fatherhood.
Enlightening.
Strength.
Empowering.
And legacy.
Will go on.
Brilliant.
Boom.
Absolutely. When you said Stonehouse, it just reminded me of James Bond when they say, Greg, what's the manor place what the film was called?
Skyfall.
And they say Skyfall, and he's like,
Stonehouse they're like bloody beefeaters and harvesters, aren't they?
you could relate that to food, Mark.
It's a bit different.
Well, no, that's what he meant. That's what you kept
Oh,
thinking
right,
of.
yeah.
That's what the one down in Upper Boat is. That's a
Stonehouse, yeah. It was like
And now in my head, I've got Adele singing Stonehouse to the tune of Skyfall. Anyway, that Crossroads at Dawn one, that was fucking brilliant.
That was too quick, wasn't it?
It was just that's a thing about the others.
So thank you very much for coming on.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching this year. It's been absolutely mental this year because we've done the most episodes in a year that we've ever done, even though we've only been doing it for 2 years, but still I've enjoyed every single one of them, to be fair.
And like you said, we've and we're thankful for every episode, every guest, every listener, every YouTube watcher, every subscriber, and people that shared, and all the rest of it. And yeah, we've got some little things planned to keep you busy over Christmas.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, well,
and then in the new year, we're gonna have a pile more. Because I've actually been talking to people today, which I
nice.
didn't tell you.
No, nice.
But I have been talking to some people today. So we're setting things up, ready for New Year. We're going to take a bit of a Christmas break.
And thanks for the venues. Obviously, one goes without doubt saying thank you to the Iron Dragon.
Yeah.
They're just incredible. You can just message them when you want, and they are there for you. And mostly Haystacks, because that's where we tend to go as well.
Yeah, Haystacks with Football Club,
with the Football Club,
Steeltown Coffee.
Yeah,
we did. When did we do? When was Ben on? Ben was on this year. No, he wasn't.
No, it was last year.
Oh my god, we've done so many episodes.
I know.
Anyway, it's been cool. We hope you've enjoyed this episode and all the others. You can follow us on Instagram. You can subscribe to us on YouTube and all the other streaming services. Go back and listen to episodes. Watch them. Tell your friends about them. Because there may be a story and then it may save someone's life. You never know.
Exactly.
You literally never know.
No, exactly.
And yeah, keep listening, keep following, keep talking. And we will see you in 2026.
Have a great Christmas.
Have a lovely Christmas.
It's weird saying that in November, but have a great Christmas and a wonderful New Year.
Yeah.
And we shall see you in 2026.
See you at the Crossroads. That was a big song in the early 2000s.
Anyway, we go in.
Crossroads at Dawn, yes.
Take care.
Yeah.